Everybody, the date is the 4th of May 1996, and I'm starting to take this film so that when I go home from my TDY to Langley for the Mochief Conference and TDY and on leave afterwards, I can let everybody know what Terceira Island looks like. To start off, this here is a common occurrence on the island. The cattlemen are herding their cows along the roadway going from field to field. And what I'll do is I'll pan around and kind of show you what some of these fields look like. Notice that a lot of the rock walls and that. Out there's the ocean. I don't want us to shoot into the sun. We'll pick up a little bit more here shortly. And let's see if these cows are going to get out of my way for me. Let's go, bitchies. I don't think so. Hurry it up! Hurry it up, come on! Move them udders! Move them udders! Well, this is going to take some time, so I'll see you later. Yeah, we're going to pick it up again. Coming down Santa Rita Ridge. There's a wall there. But over to the right is Pryor. Let's get beyond here. Starting to see some of it. Let's come on back and check this area out over here. Basically, wherever you go, you see the ocean around here. Also, everywhere you look is $1 million site.
It's early morning. It's about 9:45 here.
Now I'm heading over to Pryor Bay. There's where we get our fuel from on the American side.
It's a military operation. On the other side of the bay is a commercial port that our cargo ship, the Strong Cajun, comes to and offloads at. Down here to the bottom is more of the military operation for the port. Also, that's the American beach there that we can use. Off to the left, on the right, is the beach at the town of Pryor. In the background is Pryor Ridge, and in the foreground is the city of Pryor. Very quaint place. Going to give a full panoramic view of the island. Okay, there's Pryor again. In the bottom of the picture is what they call like a bicycle park. The young kids are not allowed to ride the bicycles on the roads up until like the age of 14, so they have these parks there for them to ride on. Also, a lot of people use their inline skates and roller skates on them. Let's zoom on in here. I've been through this town several times, eating at a couple restaurants and a couple places. These streets are quite quaint and they're very tight, and you quickly get used to the limits of your car. There's not much room, and there's a lot of squeezing going on. There's the main church, and there's the two tall pine trees that you can easily see from the base. There's modern, old. Here's some foot clamping. Let's see if we can see some of the old. You got a little bit of both right there. For some people, that's their mode of transportation. There are plenty of cars on the island. Boy, I really like that mountain range. That mountain range is probably a ridge, and from my office window, that's what I look out over. It's really beautiful. And this is how it's done here. They come out in the morning and the evening, and they milk the cows in the field. This here is just to give you an idea of the cliffs of Terceira Island. They're quite steep, and they warn you not to go near the edge of them because of the volcanic makeup of the island. It's very crumbly and you can lose your footing pretty easily. I'll go ahead and adhere to the instructions and stay on the walls. I don't know how far I'm up. There's a better view of the cliff. And of course, Prior Bay is there in the background. Way out on that end of the island is going out to Port Martins on the other side of that volcanic cone that you see. Very nice area. Been there a couple times. Nice place to have a few beers. There's the breakwater. The military port. It's windy out here. This is just on the other side from where I was panning. When I looked back at the car, I said, boy, that's a pretty shot. So I thought I'd show it all to you. And the trusty steed that's getting me around the island is the old Celebrity, 1988, 8 years old. It's doing well. Okay, I'll run it like this for a little while. This is right out the windshield of the car. And I'm coming out of Prior. To my left was that bicycle park that I was showing you. What you're going to see here shortly are the part of the fuel tank farms that we have here, and this is the largest fuel depot, military fuel depot outside of the United States. This is what makes Lajes Field a gas and go. The first time I took my bike out, I took the same route that we're on now, and this hill here really kicked my butt, but I've built up my endurance and it's no problem now. The island is very agricultural oriented. There's no industry whatsoever here, and the tourism is pretty low, so it's a very quiet location. Very pretty too. And straight ahead, coming in view, is the base. Up there's the control tower, and I live right at the base of the control tower in the dormitories there. And you'll be seeing that here shortly. And then the large tan building to the right there on the hill is T100. Let's see if I can zoom up on it for you and drive at the same time. Anyways, that's T100 there, and that's where I work. And my office faces in the direction that we are looking at, so I'm actually looking out over the flight line. right under the flight path of the base now, of the flight line. Straight down there is where they land. We get everything in here. Beautiful countryside. Notice how the base is on a big ridge. Security reasons, we're not allowed to take pictures of the flight line. The flight line is right down to the right. We're on top of the ridge. Got an aircraft coming in here. Probably an island hopper. And the building here is T100. That's our headquarters building. There they are, putting a flag up for the day. And what I'm going to show you is we're at the top of the ridge now. And once I make a right left here, you see the ocean, and this is the base down here. It's really pretty earlier. I didn't have the camera going. Down there in the lower part of the picture is Barrymar Housing. And then you got the commissary right there at the bottom of that hill, and the roof here that we're going to be looking at here, that's the post office. There's the shopette in the upper BX. Over here on the right is the gym. And then straight ahead there is the community center. And I got somebody behind me. Let's see who that is. In here, this happens a lot. This is the ballpark. Not too much. Okay, here's where I parked my car, and like I said, there's the control tower. The building there is billeting office. Everybody who lands here comes here. And that building right there, T163, is where I live. Just want to show you how long of a building that is. Quite long. But my room is upstairs here in the corner. So the first two big windows, that's my room. Let me give you an idea of what I kind of see. Paint here real quick. There's the ocean out there and the horizon. I'm at the top of the landing, and every morning, actually every time I leave the building, this is what I see. Not quite $1 million, but got some pretty neat weather happening now. Let's see what the dome looks like. You walk in, I got two rooms. Let's go right to the right because it's easy. This is the bedroom. Here's the view I was showing you a little bit earlier. Let's go ahead and do a self-portrait. Hi folks. Here's my mountain bike. Boy, I love that thing. It's quite a climb coming up the mountains. And we'll show you the other side. There's my sweetheart. Wake up to Pat every morning. Boy, I miss you, Pat. And then there's the bathroom with the shower and all that good stuff. You guys know what that is. Pretty nice furniture though. I'm very pleased with it. There's the old bed. Pretty comfortable, but it's lonely. Then we have a hallway here that connects to my main room. And there's my bulletin board with my family members, and whoever sends me anything, whoever sends me any pictures, I go ahead and put up there. Brought a few things from home to make it look like home. Then there's the entertainment center. All this furniture was provided by them. So let me go ahead and step on back. Got the couch, end table and all that, and lamps. I'm one of the lucky ones. I get a reclining chair. Small table, not enough room. Of course, the full-size refrigerator, which is handy. Oh, those are going home, yeah. Okay, and then we have the kitchenette back over here. So, I haven't become quite a fancy cook, but I can cook for myself. And there's a closet. Oh, there I am again. Hey. And then there's the hallway back there. So basically, I got 2 rooms with a nice bath, and I'm very pleased with it. And let me see. There's the bear that Pat sent me. And I'll go ahead and give you the perspective that I see most of the time here. I don't spend that much time watching it, but I do sit in here a lot. Oh, here's something nice. These are some of the wines that I've tried and liked, so I'm keeping the bottles so when I go back I know which ones to buy. Okay, we're back out seeing Terceira Island, and this is the town of Lajes, which is just on the other side of the base. It's actually across the runway. And I'll give you a little perspective here on what the cobblestone roads are like and how tight we're going to be in some areas. Let's maneuver this big car. Oh, look at this hazard. Driving here is a real challenge. Also, these cobblestone roads are not everywhere on the island, but they are in a lot of the smaller towns. Let me tell you, they're really tough on the kidneys when you're riding a bike over them. Like people like to go as fast as they can on these roads too. They're kind of mediocre. And here we are coming into the center part of Lajes, which you can usually tell because there's a church there. And we're going to go straight. That blue sign is, I think it has something to do with what they do with the milk, where they bring the milk in from the fields. And it looks like they're going to be working this road, and we're going to cut off from here. Okay. That there's some walls that they built up along the side of a hillside so that they can go ahead and get to the ground underneath all the rocks. And what they did with the rocks is just stack them up into walls. And now what will probably be growing there would be vines or something, probably grapevines and that. And that ridge there is along the end of the runway, and I'm actually on the other side of the runway now. And we're going to go ahead and do a little bit more driving. See what we see. I like some of these homes. I mean, There's nothing special about these. Ah, look at this hazard in the road. Somebody's got a pipe coming out of some concrete. A lot of whitecaps in the water today, so it means it's very windy. A lot of new construction. This house on the left is under construction. It's looking pretty good. It just doesn't have its final white coat. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the end of the runway and beyond to the shore and check out the waves. Going downhill. Been up this hill many times before on the bicycle. This is the first time I've come in this direction. A lot of old structures that no longer being used. I have no idea how old they are, but they don't seem to be in a hurry to take them down. Oh, tight, tight, tight. Don't worry, Pat, no scratches yet. Watch the doggy. Now you guys are experiencing the island as I am. And then there again is that hillside. Bummer. Looks like there's construction up here. Plenty of walls around here. Oh, most definitely. Man. Now I'll get out for a walk. Here we are on the shore. Quite windy. There's some waves out there that break prior to the shoreline. I assume that there's some shallow ground out there that they're breaking on. And then this here is the coast of Terceira, at least near the edge of the base and the end of the one runway. The volcanic rock kind of makes it look like the moonscape a little bit. There's some homes along the coast. There's all those waves that we saw earlier on the actual coast. Well, let me tell you, that wind really turns it up. Some very nice fields here along the coast. Some of them have cattle in them. Down there along that white water there, that's where I was right before this time. And we've seen that before. Okay, I'm a little bit further along, and here we've come across a couple of cows and some of the locals bringing the milk either in or out of town, I don't know. But simple life here. It's kind of nice. I just love mountains. It's finds to be very scenic. Don't know what town it is, but boy, sure is pretty. nothing but a horse in their backyard. Look at this soil. Boy, is this some nice fertile stuff. What a pretty countryside, huh? I like these homes. Not much to them, but boy, they sure do have a lot of style to them. I mean, they're all pretty much just like a box. Here we got somebody bringing the milk to the town. Here we are coming up to the top of the mountain now, leaving the shore behind. The island is about 9 miles by 17 miles. And when you get away from the shore, there is vegetation. Lucky, we might see some bulls up here. They keep the bulls up here in the winter months, and then they start bringing them down a little bit lower in the springtime, so they can use them for the bullfights in the summertime. Don't worry, I'll keep my eyes on the road. Still climbing. I think the highest elevation on the island is probably around 3,200 feet, or about 1,000 meters. However, we're not where we're going today. I don't know if the road goes that high. Let's turn it off for a while. Well, it's starting to look pretty good, so I thought I'd go ahead and turn it on. This is actually a side road off of the other road we were on. This is, according to the sign, an agriculture road. Let's see where it takes us. Out there to the right, that's where the ocean is, but it's pretty cloudy. Good thing I got a full tank of gas. So who knows where this road is going to lead us. Ooh! There's a new road. Let's see where that takes us. Folks, we're on an island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and this here looks to me like the area around the north rim of the Grand Canyon. The only thing is, the north rim didn't have stone walls. A lot of pine trees. Let's see what the other side of the road looks like. We got a storm moving in. That's the side of the island where we were watching the water earlier. And this is just on the other side of the road from where I took the last scene. Check it out. I found the woods. This must be the camp area that I've been hearing about. Because I see a lot of service roads. Neat. I love the woods. But we'll see if we can do this real quick. That there in the middle is Mount Brazil. That's where the town of Angra is. That's kind of like a peninsula that sticks out from the island. And then way out there is called Split Rock. That's on the other side of the island from where we were watching the waves crash in. I don't know if we're going to see that or not up close. Well, there's Mount Brazil. We're now going to be approaching Angra. You can see the walls of the fort up there on top of that hill that's nearest to us. And now this here is Angra. And I'm not going to stop and show you anything, but we will keep the camera running while we're running through the city. Going to go through the main street of it with all the shops and that. However, on Saturdays, for unknown reason, at least to me, they close those stores up at noontime. And it's closed for the weekend. The only thing that would be open would be your cafes, your bars, and that's it. Oh, and a couple small Mercados. Always got to pay attention here. There's a church up here. I don't know how much you'll be able to see of that. Fortunately, this is a one-way. A little bit bumpy. Had my lights on. I guess they don't like having lights on in the gloomy weather. There's a stoplight. I think that's about one of two that I know of. Green for go. Angra is about 15 miles from the base, and you got the 4-lane road that cuts right across the island that takes you there. So it's not long to get here, maybe about 15-20 minutes. And there's the signs I follow home. Aeroporto Airport, 24 kilometers. Who's gonna win? I'm gonna do it. Yeah. And here we got a roundabout. But what I'm going to show you on the right hand side here is that white round building. That's the bull arena that they have the bullfights in the summer times. And now we're going to be on our way home. And I'll see you later. Here we are several miles later, heading on back to the base. And this ridge line here that we're looking at is the other side of Pryor Ridge. If that wasn't there, you'd be seeing the town of Pryor that we started out with. Now notice along these walls here, these are the snowball flowers. I forget the name of them. Flower that I just saw. I thought you'd all enjoy this. Went a little further down the road, and now I'm on the base side of Pryor Ridge, at the very beginning of the ridge. And there's the ocean out there. Nice fields that crawl right up the side of the ridge and over it. That white thing out there in the water is where we were earlier. And then the base is coming in to our right. You can see the long runway there. And there's the road to follow. Back on the base. Sorry that I don't have a better day for this, but it's the only day I got. Okay, there's the base again. Santa Rita Ridge, that's where I started out the trip with cows. There's Pryor and Pryor Bay. Basically, I've made full circle. There's much more to see, but we can only squeeze so much in a couple of hours and out of the 30-minute battery.
Se da escala não tinha pegado. Então é pelo que eu pegou. Não foi curioso. Quando chamou, tem que arrancar logo.
está escalado, e assim
ali é que está.
estás a perceber? Está escaladinho, eu vou chamar ali o outro vai para
Para a rua, não gosto de rua.
só uma comunidade de um abraço para
Não sei que há de um abraço. Eu posso bater palmas a quem dizer. É isso, então. Estou. Experiência falam. Na praia. Agora na praia, está sem bolso na praia. Posso falar? Mas sou pastor. Lá pegava e volta para voltar pouco. Aí está. Aí está. Aí está. Vai-se embora outra vez.
See those guys? Yeah. See those guys over there? Those 4 guys? Yeah. In the event they can't make it, there's something wrong, they'll jump in and try to protect the person. Yeah. Now you watch when they go up, they start grabbing onto the side.
The idea here is what, to build up a bunch of them?
Yeah. You just gotta grab them.
Yeah.
And then the other guys will
Grab them,
hold them down. Isso é o último, como agora se me vejo, o chuva numa volta e vai cair, mas é embora.
Eu vou pegar
eu vou chamar o polícia e vai aqui no lavado. Olha, eu já o pedi aqui. Para a próxima vez, quem vai pegar no chuva, vai sair eu aqui. Talvez cá o chuva para mal. Ok? Você aqui não fala mais. Você aqui não fala mais. Eu já o pedi, delicadamente. Toda a gente já o pedi delicadamente. Para a próxima vez, eu vou pegar por todas as calças, o chuva vai virar.
Não vai pegar
nada. Está a perceber? Está ali a polícia. They can't hold it.
Vai-se embora tudo. Não estou cá a ver. Não estou cá a ver.
They want to get in. They want to get in.
What are these guys?
The cows come and get the bulls out. They're not very happy. They want to get that bull. They're all pissed off at it. They're all pissed off at it.
Who's all pissed off? These guys because they're going to get the bull?
No, they want to get the bull.
Oh, but
the director doesn't want to get the bull. See, the director telling him don't open it. Right. Don't open it. They're pissed off. They say we want that bull out.
Yeah.
The director's saying no.
Thanks, Joe, whatever you said.
Não vale a pena pisar assim, não fazer uma perda. Não vale a pena pisar assim, não fazer uma perda.